So, you wanted it, you got it. Let's power scale Black Frieza. But for this, we have to power scale Frieza into the entire Dragon Ball franchise, from Dragon Ball Z to even Dragon Ball Super to even Dragon Ball GT after that. So let's begin. We all know that Frieza, when he first got introduced, had a power level in his first form of 530,000. So this dude was so strong in his original form, he had to nerf himself to put even way more forms on top of his final form to make him weaker. So the first form of Frieza in the Namek Saga was 530,000. The second form of Frieza, I remember it was as double as strong as this one, twice as strong as the first form, like 1,060,000 in power level. I remember the third form Frieza was around 2 million. I don't remember it being much more powerful than 2 million in power level. But then, final form Frieza at full power was 120 million. And this was a skyrocket for the entire Dragon Ball franchise till in that moment. Frieza, the strongest villain, the villain that literally skyrocketed in power level. I mean, yeah, we had Raditz in the first arc and Vegeta, but then they literally jumped to millions in power levels. And after that, it became way more harder to even scale them. So Frieza had the power level of 120 million. But then, when he got back to Earth as Mecha Frieza, we can assume that he literally got a new power up, like 130 million or something like that. But still, he didn't get much more powerful than Goku was in Namek Saga. And literally, he got one shotted by Future Trunks in his Super Saiyan form. After that, Frieza spent a few years, many years in hell actually, and he somehow was revived by his men when they got the Dragon Balls. So we don't actually really know how strong was Frieza, the first form of Frieza, when he got back from hell. We can't say that he trained. I mean, yeah, he could have just mentally trained when he was in hell, but this can't really give him a power boost. Like some power levels even put Frieza like 530 billion, not thousand, That's the thing. But then after 4 months, he was strong enough to one-shot a weakened Gohan Super Saiyan 2, or at least Super Saiyan. Yeah, that Gohan didn't train actually, but all the Z fighters, including Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, all of them were scared of the first form of Frieza. Let's not even talk about the final form of Frieza or even the golden form. But still, this guy was able to one-shot Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in his first form after 4 months of training. And we also know that the guy that Frieza trained with was actually as strong as Gohan was in Buu Saga in his mystic form or ultimate form. It depends on how you want to call it. And when Frieza fought Goku, we all know that actually Frieza was a bit overpowered by Goku. Like, we all know that base Goku was somehow doing way better than final form Frieza. And this was stated, I remember, by many characters, that Goku in his base form might be stronger or at least more skilled than final form Frieza. And yes, this might be Goku that absorbed the Super Saiyan God in the base form. We all know that in the manga, the events of Resurrection of Frieza weren't portrayed, but in the movie or in the anime, Goku has Super Saiyan God in the base form, at least till in the Tournament of Power, where this concept gets retconned I already made a video about this, where this concept gets retconned and Super Saiyan God becomes again a transformation, and it's not necessarily absorbed in the base form. So here we can say that Goku indeed has Super Saiyan God in his base form, and he manages to beat Frieza in his final form. So we can scale Frieza final form as being somehow matched with Goku that has Super Saiyan God in his base form after he trained with Whis, making this final form Frieza much more powerful than the entire Dragon Ball Z combined, even more powerful than Super Vegeta. But like I told you, this got retcon, so they may be weaker right now. I don't want to debate in this video about the Super Saiyan God theory. And then, after he turned himself into Golden Frieza, he was actually stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So we can assume that, since Final Form Frieza was a bit weaker than base form Goku that absorbed God Ki and Super Saiyan God, we can say that Golden Frieza has a better multiplier, a bigger multiplier than Super Saiyan Blue, since he was stronger than both Goku and Vegeta. But he just lacked the stamina. And after that, Frieza was defeated by Vegeta, he destroyed the planet with reverse time, and then Frieza literally got killed by Goku. Yeah, good job Toriyama, good job. And somehow we never heard of Frieza till in the Tournament of Power. Time when Goku actually trained, he fought a lot of other guys from different universes. He fought Hit, he fought Goku Black, Zamasu, and Frieza did nothing, just staying in that cocoon and literally focusing on killing Goku, thinking about how he can kill Goku. And this somehow, I don't actually understand how this helped Frieza to complete his form, to perfect it, to have it perfected, you know? But still, when Frieza got back from hell for the Tournament of Power, we know that this dude, in fact, mastered the stamina and completed the golden form. So this was golden form Frieza, the true golden Frieza. And even after the Tournament of Power, we can assume that this dude got another power boost. Since in Broly movie, yeah, after Broly became a Super Saiyan Ozaru in his humanoid form, Frieza was able to be his punching bag for like 1 hour and all. 1 hour, and then after that, he still remained in his golden form till Gogeta appeared, and he was in his golden form till the end. So I could scale Frieza from Broly movie, Golden Frieza from Broly movie, stronger than both Goku and Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue. I don't know if combined, but still he did a way better job than they did against him. And we have to assume, and it was actually stated, that Broly got even more powerful than he was when he fought Goku and Vegeta. He got way more powerful after 1 hour. So Frieza was still handling this. He was still fighting Broly. And he did a much better job. And after that, when Gogeta somehow did not kill Frieza, Frieza went back and he trained. And this is how Black Frieza became the strongest mortal in Dragon Ball, or I could say that for now he's the strongest mortal until someone else appears and gets this title again. But let's scale this Frieza now. We know that he trained in another dimension for like 10 years after this, after the Broly movie events, and when he got back, I mean, let's be honest, even Vegeta knew that in Broly movie, he knew that Frieza can train again and he can get way more powerful than both of them with a new form, and he was actually right. And I'm glad the authors or the readers of the show didn't forget about Frieza's potential and how strong this dude is. And yeah, Frieza came back on the planet. Goku and Vegeta fought Gas, and Vegeta actually stated that Gas is cursed to be the strongest in the universe. And you can't say that Goku and Vegeta were tired. I mean, yeah, they fought Gas all day long, but they still recovered. They were still at full power, if you know what I mean. But Gas was running out of time, and he was still the strongest in the universe. But then Frieza appeared, and then he literally smashed Gas. He killed him in his base form. He powered up in his final form, and he literally killed Gas, the strongest mortal in the universe. The strongest mortal that was dominating Goku through Ultra Instinct and Vegeta Ultra Ego. But then there's something else. You could scale Final Form Frieza to be relative or even more powerful than Goku and Vegeta Ultra Ego and True Ultra Instinct. But then Frieza literally powers up again and he gets his Black Frieza form, his black form. So after this, Black Frieza literally one shots through Ultra Instinct Goku and Vegeta Ultra Ego. So since Frieza was strong enough to kill Gas in his base form, a powered up Gas, you could say that Final Form Frieza was already more powerful than Goku and Vegeta. But then he powered up again, so the gap began to be even more bigger. So as a conclusion for Black Frieza, we know that when Gas became the strongest mortal in the universe, Frieza was in another universe, in another dimension. So this switch didn't count Frieza too. But we don't know if he is indeed the strongest in the universe. But still, Final Form Frieza was way more powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and probably even if Granola fought Frieza, he will still lose. Those three guys probably will still lose to Final Form Frieza. But then, this is it, Black Form Frieza. And I'm not even sure that Gogeta, if he will somehow become relevant again, or Vegito, if they will defuse again, if they would be able to beat Frieza, but I'm not very sure. We can see that when Frieza was spared by Gogeta, I mean Gogeta didn't even thought about killing Frieza. We can be sure that this Frieza, Final Form Frieza, was much stronger than Gogeta Blue that fought Broly. And literally Frieza said that he has something else to do. Probably he wants to visit Broly, since I think it was somewhere stated that Frieza wants to have Broly on his side. So probably he was training this hard for Broly and to not have Goku and Vegeta's interference. So that was it for today with Black Frieza. But what about Dragon Ball GT Frieza? How strong is this dude? Well, Dragon Ball GT Frieza, I'm not very sure if he literally has the power of the Red Khan, like Dragon Ball Super Frieza did. But let's compare two different Friezas from Dragon Ball GT. Well, the first Frieza that doesn't have the Red Khan, and Frieza that has the Red Khan, Dragon Ball Super Frieza has. So, the Frieza that doesn't have the Recon literally took part in Dragon Ball Z, where he watched Goku fighting Buu in Hell. He escaped Hell and was sent back by Pycon. He came back in Fusion Reborn, and so on. So this Frieza actually was way more active than Dragon Ball Super Frieza was. For those who don't know, Dragon Ball Z movies, some of them relate or go to Dragon Ball GT. and I shall make a video about this too. So, we also have to acknowledge the fact that Frieza in Dragon Ball GT trained in hell. He literally trained in hell with Cell. Yeah, not just a random soldier that after 4 months literally got on Mystic Gohan level. We have to assume that Goku was announced that he has a surprise in hell, and Rildo, General Rildo, that can one shot most of the Dragon Ball Z characters, or maybe all of them. He was sent on Earth to fight Gohan, and Goku was expected to face a bigger threat in Hell. So Frieza and Cell in Dragon Ball GT, without retcons, are far stronger than anyone in Z. If you count Rildo, General Rildo, as being stronger than anyone in Dragon Ball Z. I mean, we can scale General Rildo since he was beating a version of Gohan that actually trained. So without retcons, Frieza and Cell trained together 20 years in Hell. Cell that has also cells from Goku, from Vegeta, from the Saiyans, from Piccolo. Cell was training for 20 years, and Frieza did the same. So even if Frieza doesn't have the potential, they still got really strong, but Goku was way more powerful than them. Imagine if Frieza and Cell went back to Earth instead of Rildo. I mean, if Frieza and Cell weren't stronger than Rildo, they would have went to the planet Earth. But Goku GT got a new power-up. So yeah, Rildo wasn't a big help in holding Goku to hell, so he was sent to Earth. But what if Frieza has the retcon Dragon Ball Super Frieza has? Well, Dragon Ball GT Frieza, if he would have that retcon, you will say that this was a huge OP thing for Dragon Ball GT if we apply the same rules. I mean, even Android 17 from Dragon Ball GT, he did nothing different than Dragon Ball Super Android 17. They both did the same thing, they both were with the nature, the woods, and Android 17 in Dragon Ball Super was already on blue level. Now imagine Android 17 from Dragon Ball GT doing the same thing and for much more years, and then even fusing with another version of himself that might be equal or maybe even more powerful than him. So Black Frieza, with the power of Recon, with the same rules as Frieza from Dragon Ball Super, will be way more powerful than Black Frieza. I mean, yeah, you could just say that. Since this Frieza trained for over 20 years in Hell, waiting for Goku, waiting for the Saiyans, and the other Frieza that trained for like 10 years and 4 months, he was able to one-shot through Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Go Vegeta. So that was it for the power scaling for Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super. Guys, if you really appreciate what I'm doing for this community, for this channel, you can always like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I want to improve my content, so I shall do some more animations next. Goku from Dragon Ball GT versus Goku from Dragon Ball Super, full version of sprite animation very soon probably, and another stuff of other animations, maybe even more power scaling videos, top 10 feats of Dragon Ball, and so on. Probably the next video will be about the reader of Arch Sonic comics literally downplaying his own franchise, and much more videos about what other YouTubers say, what other power scalers talk about, maybe even debunking them or talking about what they post. So stay close, guys. This channel is hopefully rising. I hope so. And you're awesome. And please turn on the bell to get notified. That will make me extremely happy. So, guys, see you next time.